What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on the Holler. We have the big new Holler out here, and we're running our seeder, putting down some fertilizer and some seed on the field 6, one of our first big fields. And I've got this guy set up on a course play. Hopefully he can work his way around this stuff. We'll have to see. It seems like it's doing fine. I just wanted to kind of hang out and watch it and make sure it's doing everything good. So while this guy is running on this field, what we need to do is, so last episode I forgot about 2 other fields. So let's see. Let's pull up the map here. How's everybody doing out there? I am doing fantastic. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So let's see. Yeah, 19 and 20. I forgot about these 2 fields. So what we need to do is go ahead and get some lime down on those guys. And then get them cultivated. Actually, I think our seeder is a direct drill. So I don't know if I necessarily have to cultivate. Let's see, go to garage, and let's go to seeder. This machines are used, okay, so it doesn't really say, actually, let's go into here, and here, and then, let's go to here. Yeah, so it doesn't say, so we'll go ahead and get to cultivating that field as well. Now the only thing is that the tractor that we're using is the one that we need for that cultivator, but that'll be okay. I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and use, probably just go ahead and use this one right here should do it for the lime. Let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. And we'll get over here to our garage and pick up our spreader, get it filled up with lime, and go spread our. Oh shoot! I think we no. We don't need to. I don't think we need to plow those. Let's double check the map here. Let's check the soil ground. Let's see. So if we get rid of all of this. It does not need plowing. So, now we also got to roll these fields and all of that stuff once we get done seeding. So, this episode, the plans are to get the fields all seeded and... what am I... I'm putting wheat down. I don't even think I'm in the right month for wheat. Okay, yes, I am. So I'll do wheat on one, barley on another, and then maybe oats on the smaller fields. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And then the 19 and 20 that we're going to work on today as well, we'll get grass. We'll put the grass down on those fields, and then we may go ahead and build the cow farm over there once we get to that point. So let's go ahead and get backed up here to the spreader. And let's go ahead and pop open that cover. Let's go ahead and get some lime here. Alright. Get rid of that. So yeah, I still got to go through and add some auto drive courses and all that stuff in. And that way we can have a more efficient farm running here. I was thinking about adding a couple of things here to this farm this episode as well. We'll see. Definitely want to get that cow farm going though. So I think I have, yes, we have a water tanker. We don't have a milk tanker. I think that can do milk. Possibly. I'll have to double check. I think that's one of the modded trailers that only does water. But we'll double check all of that stuff and go from there. Alright, we are loaded up with lime here. And let's go ahead and close that cover. I don't think you have to, honestly. I like being able to see the level of the product go down as it's being used. So we'll just leave it open. So, let's see, if we go down through here, we'll take the road around so we're not driving on our fields. And this is where the auto drive courses would come in handy. I still got to touch up the edges around the road here. I may do that off camera real quick while I'm, after I do the cow farm. I want to do the cow farm with you guys on camera and give you guys a little look into how I like to build my farms and stuff. So we're coming up on the road here. We'll go ahead and make a right turn here. Ooh, this spreader's a little heavy. Almost couldn't stop. That's all right. Probably could have used the bigger tractor with the dual rear wheel setup, but we'll be okay. And I do believe this map has contracts on it as well, so we don't necessarily need to do contracts because we're kind of not really like the money. Like, we have plenty of money right now, and we're gonna put a pretty good dent in that when we do the cow farm. Now, I do have the free landscaping and all of that stuff installed, so we don't have to worry about wasting any money on putting grass down and stuff. But I think I am going to go ahead and replace fields 15 and 16 with cow pastures, and then put the sheds and stuff right in the middle in that concrete area. And then fields 18 and 17 will be the oats, and then 19 and 20 will be our grass. So we've already got these fields all prepped and ready to go. So we'll jump on over here to these and get things going over here. Now, I need to try to figure out the GPS thing. I've never used GPS before, so I just kind of like to manually do things. But I'll fiddle with that off camera so we can get some work done this episode. I think right about here should be good for a starting point. Now, I could set it up on a course play, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah, so it's overlapping the edge there a little bit, so we'll get everything covered without a problem. So we'll go ahead and do both fields in one shot here. And we got to make sure we keep an eye on our other tractor so it doesn't run out of fertilizer before it gets done seeding. So I'll double check that here in just a second and make sure that is good to go. Actually, let's go ahead and turn that off, and let's cycle over to that tractor. We are at, we're running out of seed faster than we are fertilizer, so that's actually a good thing. But we'll have to make sure we double check on it so we don't run out of seed. Why? Okay, there we go. Now it's working. I don't know what the deal was with that. Let's get back over just a little bit so we don't miss any of the edge. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Right now we just have this one and Western Wild Survival going. I don't know. I put a poll out for you guys to vote on possible new series to put a third one in the mix. And so far the votes for Stone Valley is winning. So whenever that map is released, completed, I guess quote-unquote completed version, obviously there's going to be updates and whatnot, but we'll deal with that as time goes by. Yeah, so Stone Valley looks like a great map. Now, FS19 had Stone Valley, I believe. And it's not just a convert, you know, an FS22 convert. So it's been completely redone, which is going to be interesting to see. And we'll just stop right there and back up like this. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I've seen a couple of early access map tours and whatnot of it. Oh, nope. That's what happens when you try to look at the tractor going backwards. Right about here should be good. Go ahead and kick on our spreader there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and keep you in for this. We got one more little pass to make on this, and then we'll be done with it. We'll double check our other tractor with the seeder and make sure we are good to go on that. So let's loop around and get this last little bit right up the middle, and then we'll set up possibly the smaller cultivator. That way we can keep our big tractor seating. It shouldn't take too long for these fields to get cultivated. Barely used any lime out of this thing, which is awesome. Love having this, and this is a base game Amazon, I believe. But yeah, it's nice not having to constantly refill the lime every 5 minutes, you know. Alright, we got that all done. Field is all limed up. Now what we could do with this extra lime is actually empty it out into some into the pallets and store it, but I think what we might do, I think we can reload it back into the tank. I'll have to double check that is possible. So I'll get back over to the farm real quick, and we'll check on our seeder, make sure the seed level is good. I'll hook up my seed handler and bring some seed out to it if I need to, and possibly fertilizer. I think that seed handler can transport fertilizer as well. I'm not 100%. I'll have to double check on that as well. But yeah, we'll get it all handled. So let me get back up to the farm real quick. Alright, we got our seed handler filled up, and we're going to head on out to the tractor that is working on the seeding right now. It's starting to get pretty low, so we'll go ahead and bring it out. I'm using our little bitty tractor here just to take it out there. It's no big deal on what we use. It actually, I wouldn't hook up to the other one, so I think it actually just ran out of seeds. So we go pipe out. And let's actually just stop right there, because I'm going to have to stop it real quick. And let's get it backed up just enough to catch what it didn't get there. So let's go ahead and open up the cover. And we'll get it filled up with some seed. I'll have to come in from the other side, I believe, because of the cover, the way that it opens. Alright. So, let's see. Pipe to seed. Yep. And unload here, maybe? Alright, let's see if this will work. If we hop into here, we should be able to refill. No, because it's not lined up properly with the correct tank. So let me fiddle with this real quick and I'll get it set up. There we go, now it's working. Get that closed up. We got plenty of fertilizer still in there. So we'll get this seeder running again. And hopefully it doesn't hit the tractor. Ah, shoot. Alright, so let's see. If I do this. There's the button for it. Alright, I'll just park this off to the side real quick and get this tractor rolling again. Let me get out of the way of the seeder so it can go. Alright, so if we go nearest waypoint and play. Yeah, there we go. So we'll go ahead and do that and get rid of that. And it is rolling again. So we'll get out of here, get out of its way, and I'll park this tractor back over at the farm, and then we're going to go down to the cow pasture. And actually you would need to we need to cultivate those other fields. So let me get another tractor going on those fields real quick, and then meet you guys over at the cow farm so we can start building the cow farm up. Alright, we're gonna go over to the area where we're gonna build our cattle farm, and we're gonna take the Dodge over there for a little drive. So let's take a look at the inside of this thing. It's fairly nice. Sounds pretty good. Drives pretty good. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good choice for us to use on the farm. It does have the fifth wheel and gooseneck and all that stuff in it, so we can use that if we ever needed to. But we have a semi for all of our stuff. When we do have a gooseneck trailer for hauling equipment, which we'll probably do when we're moving this stuff over to the cattle farm, just to get it done a little bit faster. This thing is fast too. Alright, so make a right turn here. And looks like, get out of here, deer. Looks like some of these other fields are already starting to come in with some crop. That's not my fields. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and just pull off to the side here. Out of the way. Right about here should be good. And let's double check on our seeder. So we're looking good right there for now. He's got one more pass on this field, and then we'll set him up on the other one. And why is... I don't know why he's got the... Maybe I forgot to shut it. But that's alright. And let's double check on this guy. Yeah, so the course play recognized both of these fields as one. So that's awesome. Get it knocked out a lot quicker with the course play. So let's get on back over to our truck here and hop out, and let's start working on the cattle farm. There we go. Okay, so these two fields are gonna go bye-bye. So what I want to start with is let's just go with painting, and let's just go with grass, and let's up the size of that, and let's start by getting rid of the field. I don't want to mess up the road, so I gotta be careful to stay off of it. Alright, that's one field gone. And let's get this other one done. Alright, so I think it's fairly level already. So I think we should be okay. Not going to worry too much about that. So what I want to do is let's go to let's see, animals, and we're on cows here. So this is the small cattle yard. Then we have the large, or let's see, we have a cow barn. We have a large cow barn, which we don't quite have enough room for. Yeah, so if we were to turn it this way, yeah, it's just not going to have enough room for it. So let's see, what is this? Cow barn with feeding robot. So it's basically the large cow barn with a feeding robot. Then you got this. It's supposed to be a breeding pen. These I need to remove because it has those weird green lines in it. I don't know what the deal is with that. So what do we have here? We have a large open cow pasture, and then we have this small one. So it would be nice to use this, honestly, but we just don't quite have enough room. I would have to reroute the road, cut into this field, and reroute the road in to get two of them in. So if we were to, why is that overlapping? It's probably overlapping with the fences back there. So I would have to come in like this and reroute the road. I don't know if I like that. Unless I just center it up right here and then bring the road in at another point. We'd still have to have access to the feeder and the water and all of that. So let's go ahead and put one down there. And let's see if we can get this lined up with the other one. So right about there, right on the edge of the field. And we'll bring it down to about right there. So that'll give us 120 cows to work with. Now, we need to go into some landscaping here. So if I go and I flatten out another section for a road, like if I just move the road over here and have it cut into this field and into our area, then we'd have to put a little access right here for this. So let me see if we let's go to sculpting and let's see if we can level this out. If not, then we might have a problem. So we want to level that out across the road. Make it a pretty good sizable area. So we could easily get in and out with trailers and whatnot. It's got a little bit of a dip, but I think that'll be okay. Not a big deal at all. So from there we can come in and get some, let's see, what kind of texture are they using here? They're using gravel. They're using that gravel and not dirt. So we don't have that texture available to us, which kind of stinks. That's animal mud. We could just go ahead and asphalt it to make it nice. We're going to color that in, so don't worry about that. So if we go ahead and bump this up a size, and let's start right there. Come up to the road and we'll give it a little bit of an angle like that. Give this a little bit of an angle. Like so. Something like that. That was a little much, so we'll come back in with some grass. And we'll put some grass in right there just to fill that in. So yeah, you guys kind of get the idea here, and I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of make cuts here and there, but I'll keep going, I'll keep talking with you guys. But yeah, so that's where we're at on that. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this with that. And then from there, what we want to do is just come in straight. Okay, so we got our straight. I got to touch up a couple of areas, no big deal. So I think from here, what I want to do is come off of this at an angle, like so. And then come forward a little bit. And attach that with an angle. Like that. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. Okay, we got our little road in. Then I want to come up here and go ahead and touch up this to match, and I'll get rid of all of that here in just a second. So I'll come up like this and over. Okay, got that all done, and got a little bit of a cut in right here. We'll put some sheds and stuff right up here on the end, and maybe something somewhere, I don't know. We got to make a little access right here, and then I'll touch up all of this. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and fill in the pasture with grass. There we go. Okay, so we got the pastures filled in with grass, and at this point it's just a bunch of... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, let me get this fixed, and then from this point it's just a bunch of terrain paint touch-ups, and I'll bring you back in for the building. Alright, you guys, we are back, and I got all the terrain paint and stuff done. I did some stuff to the fields. I'll show you guys in a minute. We're going to go ahead and place down some buildings here, and let's get it straightened up. Right about there. And then let's come up from the top, and let's go. I did flatten out this area, so let's go right about there. And that looks good. Going with the red buildings over here, and then I will touch up this terrain stuff and paint and everything after we get done putting down buildings. So what we have here is we have an entrance right there, we have an entrance right there. We could park our cow pastures, you know, cow equipment and everything in there. So I'm thinking also I want, let's see, the slurry tank can go in there. Or the manure tank, I forget which one I got. But yeah, anyways, that can go in there. The grass stuff can go in here as well. And I'm thinking, so like the milk tank, and the cattle trailer, we could probably flatten this out a little bit more and add a slot right here for both of the trailers, and then keep all of this open. That's what I'm kind of thinking that we're going to go with. And we may end up eventually getting rid of this field. So what I did was I joined these two fields together and I adjusted how it was. Gave me a little turnaround loop right here with the trailers. And then I had to plow and lime that center part that I joined. Then I cultivated it and everything. And then on this side I did the same thing. I joined these two fields up since Courseplay was recognizing it as one field anyways. And it's all going to be grass over here. So we got grass over there. We're going to do a small field of oats. And maybe oats. I don't know. We might change our mind on that. But anyways, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at on that. I'll touch up all the terrain paint and everything once we're done with the episode. And with that being said, well, I'm going to go ahead and save it, I guess. With that being said, let's go over to this field. And I already started a line of grass. So we're going to go ahead and get this fired up. And we're going to finish up this field, putting grass down. I'm going to go ahead and just do this one myself instead of doing Courseplay. Just to give me a little bit of something to do. If anybody knows why those trees are flickering, let me know down in the comments. I don't know if that's just I've noticed that on other maps too. It's not every time I load up, it's just certain times. And I've gone through the graphics settings and everything and checked everything. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if maybe it's just a map thing or what the deal is. But if you know, just let me know down in the comments. I'd appreciate that. So, yeah, this is going to be our grass, and I may touch up this field after we harvest or something. I don't know. Or after we get our first round of bales. I'm probably going to get rid of that tree that's right there just because it's kind of in the way when I try to overlap. So we'll go ahead and do all that stuff at some point. So I got the other equipment back over to the farm. It's sitting out front ready to be sprayed down. Get it all cleaned up and parked, but I'll do all that stuff off camera. I'm not going to plant anything on the other field just yet because I'm not sure exactly what I want to put down. So right about there, we'll go ahead and stop and back it up. Might as well go ahead and pick it up as well. Get this thing turned. And of course I'm going to have to back it up. Looks like we're pretty straight right there, so we'll just send it on back. And we'll go ahead and drop it. Make sure we get all of it. And turn it on. Then I should be able to just round it. Shouldn't have to take any sharp corners anymore. I'm just trying to knock this field out pretty quick. That was garbage. That's alright. If I miss anything, I'll just come back and get it. No big deal. So yeah, let me finish up this field real quick, and I'll bring you guys back in just a second. Alright, we got that field all finished up, and as you can see, our other 2 fields are coming in nicely. I did go ahead and just put wheat on both fields for now. Next season we'll do the barley, or barley, wheat and barley. I'm going to do some looking around and see what the best mix is for the TMR, because I know there's a couple of ways you can do it. But I'm going to see which one is the best way to produce the most milk. And then those will be the crops that we grow. Now the grass, obviously we need grass to mix into the TMR. So we'll keep doing our grass field the way we are. But that field we need to decide what we're doing. And then we have these 2 big fields. And then anything left over we'll probably just sell or store in our silo. And then we got to get into building another farm. So once we get our fields all done, next episode we'll be building another farm on the map, kind of filling in the map. And that's kind of like what this series is about. I'm using my equipment, my money, and all that stuff to, I guess, quote-unquote, revive other farms on the map. Placing buildings down and all that stuff. Now obviously I gotta own the land, so that's where the money thing comes in, where I'm not like super strict about money or anything, because of the particular way that we have to do it. Now the farmhouses, you can only have 1 farmhouse down, so that has a sleep trigger. So the way I want to do that is there's the rental properties that you can have for, like, if we go into, I'll just park this right here for now. If we go into construction and we go into production and generators, I think I still have the, okay, so I got to reinstall the mod, but there's a mod that has a whole bunch of houses that when you put it down, you get a monthly income, like a house that you own that you're renting out. So what I want to do with that is we'll pick a house to put down on a property, and I believe you can rename the stuff. So like if I was to come right here and rename this, I can rename that to whatever I want. So you can do that with the houses as well. Like this right here, I can rename this. So I could do all that with the houses that we put down, and if you guys want one named after you, let me know down in the comments. And I think what I'm gonna do is the first comment with a particular thing. We're not gonna do it this episode, so don't bombard the comments. But yeah. So we'll do that next episode after I build the farm, and we may, I don't know if we're going to do that area. We may come over to like this area, start with a small one, or over here. This is a big piece of property right here. Unfortunately, you cannot get rid of the buildings that are on it. So there's one here, an old barn here. You cannot get rid of those, but it does have a nice little pond. But we got these areas right here. We got a little area that's a little pull off that you come, that's where you start on the map. We also have a piece of property that we could buy in town and put down something. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It'll be like the first person to comment a certain thing. Maybe there will be a special word that you have to listen out for in the episode, or something like that. I don't know. But then you have to comment that down below, and the first one that comments that down below will get to name the house, choose the name for the house. Now it has to be something appropriate. You can name it after yourself, whatever you want. So it'll be the such and such residence or such and such farm. So that's kind of the idea that I'm thinking of. But yeah, so we got our start of our cow farm going. We got all of our equipment out here. We got to move over there and store into that shed. And we got some cleaning up to do on some stuff here and get it all parked in the sheds. But that is going to do it for this episode, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Feel free to comment down below with any tips, tricks, or anything like that, suggestions. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.